It is another edition of Post-Race Conversations. Hello, everyone. I am Bryan Nolen, alongside my content director, Mr. Steven Stumpf. Steven, another busy, action-packed day here at Phoenix Raceway. Let's start on the Cup side, where practice was Friday, but qualifying was today. Only 2 laps, and boy, oh boy, if there is something to be said about Denny Hamlin, it is a man on a mission. Once again, Denny Hamlin gets the pole, and he will start first tomorrow in the championship race here in Phoenix.
Yep, he had an incredible lap, and he also beat Bryan and Larson, who qualified second and third to do it. And, you think about how he won Vegas, and, on Media Day on Thursday, he was talking about just how much, it truly was an advantage to clinch early, because he said that, he kind of just got to relax for most of the weekend because most of the work was already done. So, and I mean, you don't know what the racing gods have in store, but this is his 20th year. We all know who else, won something on the 20th year trying. Still got 312 laps and a full race to go, but I mean, it's looking like Denny Hamlin's race at the moment, at least.
And if you want to do some numerology, I'm just saying the Truck Series was 1-1. Xfinity Series we'll talk about. 1 + 1 =
2.
There you go. Look at the segue. I mean, this is like peanut butter and jelly. I could go for an Uncrustable right now, but that's nor here nor there. Xfinity Series looked like it was going to be Justin Allgaier's race to lose. He was looking good, looking strong, and then a pit stop happened. And I think, Steven, we all figured something was going to happen out of their control. It didn't. It was in their control. They just did not get it done when it counted. But who got it done when it counted? That was Jesse Love's pit crew. I mean, what can you say about that pit crew? And for the first time since Daytona, the number 2 car goes to victory lane. Some may call it controversial, but he did what he had to do.
I got to eat my words too, because at the end of stage 2, I was like, I don't see any way how the 1 or 2 wins this, without some crazy stuff going on. But, I believe they had the fastest 4-tire pit stop of the season at the stage end. Jesse Love was second. And, it's the friendship with Connor Zilisch. It's been
pretty roommates.
Yeah. Yes. And, that Connor kind of had the rivalry pretty lopsided. He had 10 wins to Jesse's Love, but it was 25 to go. It was Connor Zilisch leading, and Jesse Love got by him to win the championship, and not just win the championship, but pull away from the rest of the field. And he did it with 3 JRM cars, and for the second time after 2022, JRM enters with 3 of the 4 cars, and they don't win it all.
We'll talk more about this, myself and Trey Law, on Bringing the Heat, about just the overall atmosphere of this. But, Steven, you got to feel for Connor Zilisch. The guy had 10 wins. He was looking good in the first stage, and then he just looks like it just fell off. I mean, the guy was heartbroken. I talked with Dale Jr. after the race. You can find that video, youtube.com/Frontstretch. He was consoling him. So I asked Dale, I was like, what do you say to him? And he's like, you really can't say much. I mean, the guy's heartbroken right now, but he's going to have worse days at the racetrack. So the future is very, very bright for Connor Zilisch.
I mean, when we talked to Connor on the Thursday media day, he said that kind of no matter what happens, he views the season as a success, and that, he feel like he had accomplished what he wanted, or he had met the goals he wanted to reach. But, once we saw, him on pit road after the race, there was a lot of emotion, because, I mean, to have the season he had, 10 wins as a 19-year-old rookie, a record 18 consecutive top 5s, and to not win it all, that's a tough pill to swallow for just about anyone.
Do you want to come in here for the literally? Oh, he's one of our favorite Frontstretch alums. The guy getting married in 2 weeks. My boy, Mr. Davey Siegel.
Let the record show I was just going to go on the other side of the camera and just take a picture of these fools.
But everyone loves you at Frontstretch, from Tom Bowles to even Michael Massey.
Yeah, and I love them back.
We just decided to welcome you. Okay,
well, thank you.
Okay, you can leave now.
Adios.
Okay. Davey Siegel, everybody.
Yes, and I think something that we need to touch on with the championship battle at the end is just the post race. I mean, you feel bad, even though he won, you feel bad for Jesse, because there's been all this talk about the format, and people not thinking it's really legitimate. And with the season Connor had, he was I mean, I don't think we need to say arguably. He was the best driver this season, but they all played under the rules, and Justin Allgaier said that in his post-race presser, and Jesse Love won under the rules, but the crowd was just really deflated. There just wasn't much excitement after the end of that race, and again, you feel bad for him because, he just had the biggest night of his racing life, and it's only going to be, just another, bullet point of controversy, with this system.
Yeah, for more on this, check out Bringing the Heat with Trey Lau and myself, as well as all of our videos. I talk with Dale Earnhardt Jr. About this. Junior Motorsports brings 3 drivers. Second time this has happened when you bring 3 drivers from JRM and they walk away with nothing. Steven, are you ready for tomorrow? It's the grand finale. It is the season championship race, 4 drivers. Last press conference we heard from him, and it felt jovial. It felt loose. Denny Hamlin was cracking jokes. When it is all said and done, who will be carrying that championship trophy and why?
I'm going to go with driver number 11 because I think it just feels like destiny. They had all the time to prepare. He finished second at Phoenix in the spring, and I mean, this is probably his last chance to do it, and he's also wants to do it while his dad is still around. So again, it's just the whole, it's kind of the whole story thing, but I just feel like we're going to see that sixth sense, that sixth gear that we haven't really seen out of him before.
Like I said, folks, numerology. 1-1 won it on Friday. 1 + 1 = 2. And what number does Denny Hamlin drive? 1-1. It is Hamlin time. 20 years of frustration, 20 years of trying. Denny Hamlin's going to walk out of here tomorrow night with the championship.
We'll see. Again, let's not crown him too early because there are Chase Briscoe, William Byron, Kyle Larson. They are all really good at Phoenix, and again, I feel like it's still, even though I think the 11 is going to win in the end, it's just a completely wide open race, and for that reason, I think I'm very excited for tomorrow.
It's going to be fun. We got so much content for you guys at Steven_Stumpf on the Twitter, at the Bryan Nolen. Steven, you wrote an article tonight. What is it about?
It's about how Connor Zilisch won the battles, but Jesse Love won the war. Again, I mentioned just how they're best friends. Connor's had the upper hand in that friendly rivalry all year. But Jesse Love won it at the time that counts the most. I talked about, Connor, his emotions, about his race and, preparing for next year. But before we go and sign off, I do also want to say a thank you for Xfinity for having a commercial-free final stage of this race. That is a perfect send-off. They've been a great partner. They're still going to be one of the 4 presenting partners. And we'll probably be saying, in 2026, we'll probably accidentally say Xfinity at some point. No apps or O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. That might take a little bit getting used to.
Just a little bit. So once again, for all the latest coverage, frontstretch.com, your YouTube channel, youtube.com/frontstretch. Also our socials at frontstretch, Steven_Stumpf, and then the Bryan Nolen. For Mr. Steven Stumpf, I am Bryan Timothy Nolen. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk with you tomorrow for another edition of PRC Live from the Desert.
Hey guys, it's Josh from the Pit Stop. Make sure you check out our brand new website, or our Whatnot show is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Thank you so much.